and welcome to 4 Colour Reactions. My name's Led Sharp and here's another retro review about a comic I found in a comic mart some time ago. I prefer doing retro reviews of comics because reviewing periodicals is a complete waste of time, and I'm going to do a video about that anyway. But this also means that you can go out and find it or go out and avoid it depending on which way the review goes. So this is what I'm sticking to. Hopefully going to get some more top 7 stuff up shortly as well, which I'm really looking forward to, and they're really easy to do and I can really just bang them out. So yeah, without further ado, here's this episode. I love comics. They are my medium of choice, you know this. So what happens when you find a comic that combines your favourite character by a legendary creative team and it's so moving you just have to write a review of it? I found this, Thor Vikings, a Marvel Max series by Garth Ennis and Glenn Fabry. I read it and felt something I've not felt before reading a comic, nauseated. Bilious, like someone I loved that took a shit in my brain. This comic is terrible. It's sort of difficult to express why without sounding like someone who thinks their pop culture should stay safe and homogenised. Some people say you can only take the piss out of something if you love it. Well, either Ennis is to superheroes what a catheter is to a bladder obstruction, or, which is more likely the case, he really does despise them and he's like that evil little shit in the first Toy Story movie building monsters from things that should be enjoyed. Vikings is not a deconstruction, nor is it a parody or simply an adult take on the capes and tights crowd. It is simply a mean-spirited dig that goes out of its way to be as violent and as gruesome as possible. And before you think, oh, can't you handle it? I grew up on Grendel, Faust and various verticos that didn't hold back, including Preacher. Thing is, I also enjoyed the Justice Society of America, Batman, Thor, and the better writers of the superhero genre. Reading this should have been a dream come true. Instead it was like watching someone curb stomp your dog and then laughing at you for not seeing the funny side. The whole plot revolves around a bunch of zombies arriving in Manhattan and essentially turning it into a human smoothie. Fabry goes full tilt with the dismembering of bystanders, the citywide destruction and a body count that culminates in a literal wall of severed heads. It's so far-fetched it throws the idea of a mature take on the subject matter out the window. It's not even that the artwork is bad, it's just you know full well Ennis picked Fabry because his style lends itself to bringing out the hideous side of any character. The plot moves on to Thor getting beaten to shit, then going to recruit some right-wing arseholes to fight the Vikings because there's a blood connection or something tenuously resembling an excuse to get some weird edgy political stance into it. It reads like one of those dickheads on social media that insists Idi Amin couldn't have been all that bad because he was a snappy dresser. Then Thor smacks the Viking leader into the atmosphere in a deliberate lack of imagination to cleverly illustrate the way all superhero stories go. Looking at any time Ennis works with superheroes, including going out of his way to create The Boys, I have to ask, Mr. Ennis, show me on the dolly where the nasty superhero touched you. You don't like them, we get it, but some people do, and while works like Watchmen, Dark Knight Returns, Kingdom Come, Marvels, etc, have worked towards examining the pop phenomena with varying degrees of reverence and a multitude of techniques, your approach seems to be not what can I do with this, but what can I do to this? And because that seems to be variations on torture leading to bright red explosions, that displays the imagination of someone with a lot of missing house pets in their childhood. I'm not even sure what Ennis hoped to achieve other than just taking the piss out of the absurdity of it all. It doesn't examine that absurdity though, and anyone who's into the superhero genre knows full well how mad it is, but accepts it's pure escapist fun. I spent 18 years watching people die for a living. I kinda like my escapism, to be hopeful and exciting, and when miserable bastards like Ennis decide they want to show the world what they think of your preferred genre, it doesn't make me look at superheroes in disgust. It makes me look at you in disgust, or worse, in light of some of the better stuff he's done, disappointment. Still, it could be worse. He could be Warren Ellis. Fuck that guy. So there you have it. I hope you like that. I hope you're not going to rant at me too much. To be perfectly honest with you, yeah, I am disappointed with Garth Ennis because it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't like it, don't do it. You do have a choice. This wasn't part of the actual run. It's not canon. It's just a Max mini-series that you didn't need to do. Okay? It's almost like somebody had a gun to your head and you did it nasty deliberately because you just didn't want to do it. So, just why? Okay? Go and shit on something that deserves being shat on. Anyway. Something else I'm going to be doing shortly as well is I keep seeing on social media all these comments like, oh, why does this character have to be gay? Why does this character have to be black? Why does this character have to have political leanings? Because it informs the character, dickhead. It's not a hard concept to wrap your head around. A character is made up of many different facets, and it's those different facets that make them interesting and compelling to read. We're not in the days where superpowers took the place of characterization anymore. Reading habits are far more sophisticated, and my upcoming video essay on that is going to reflect it. Okay? So brace yourself. There's a ranty one coming into Four Color Alchemy. Anyway, it's still bloody horrible out there, so please take care and have fun reading comics.